Have you ever crossed paths with someone who instantly felt like home? Not because they said the right words, not because of anything they did, but because of how your soul responded, like it had known theirs for lifetimes. It's a feeling that's hard to describe, yet impossible to ignore. You feel pulled toward them, as if by an invisible thread, a connection that shakes you to your core. You see yourself in them, not just the parts you love, but the parts you hide. And suddenly, love isn't just about butterflies or romance, it's about awakening. If this sounds familiar, you may be experiencing what so many spiritual seekers have come to call a twin flame connection. But this kind of love, raw, intense, soul-level love, doesn't always feel soft and gentle. Sometimes it feels like fire. Sometimes it feels like chaos. But most of all, it feels real. Real enough to change you, real enough to test you, and yes, real enough to hurt. If you're in this journey, you might have encountered the most heartbreaking phase of all. Silence. The moment when the one who once saw your soul suddenly disappears. No explanation, no closure, just space, distance, and unanswered questions. This person, your twin flame, has become the runner. And you? You're left wondering why. In this video, we're going to gently peel back the layers of that silence. We'll explore 7 deeply personal and often misunderstood reasons why your twin flame runner might be avoiding you. But more importantly, we'll uncover what that silence is trying to teach you about them, about the connection, and about yourself. So take a deep breath. Know that you're not alone, and let's begin this journey together. Fear of intensity. The twin flame bond isn't like any ordinary relationship. It doesn't follow the rules of logic. It doesn't care about timelines, dating advice, or expectations. Because it's not just a connection, it's a mirror that reflects everything. Your beauty, your shadows, your deepest truth. When 2 twin flames meet, something inside awakens. There's recognition, not of the mind, but of the soul. It's the kind of meeting that makes time feel irrelevant. You look into their eyes, and suddenly everything feels familiar, even if you've only just met. But with that familiarity comes something else: intensity. A love that doesn't ask for permission. A connection that strips away your masks and defenses, exposing the most vulnerable parts of you. For the runner, this can feel like too much. Imagine standing at the edge of an emotional cliff. The view is breathtaking, but the drop is terrifying. That's what this kind of love feels like. Raw, unfiltered, unavoidable. It doesn't just stir the heart, it shakes the entire foundation of who you thought you were. Suddenly, emotions rush in like a tidal wave. Love, fear, hope, confusion, desire, pain, all crashing at once. And in that moment, the nervous system does what it's wired to do when it feels overwhelmed. It shuts down. It flees. It runs. But here's the truth. They're not running from you. They're running from the intensity within themselves, from the vulnerability that this connection demands, from the idea that someone could see them so deeply and still stay. Because being truly seen, in all your mess and magnificence, is one of the most terrifying experiences for a wounded soul. It's not rejection, it's self-protection. The silence you're facing may not be a lack of feeling, but the presence of too much feeling. And in that overwhelm, the runner retreats, not to hurt you, but to survive the emotional tsunami they don't yet know how to navigate. So, if they've gone silent, don't assume they stopped caring. More often than not, it's because they care so much. They don't know what to do with it yet. Unhealed wounds. When 2 twin flames meet, something deep within the soul begins to stir. It's as if the connection reaches into hidden chambers of the heart, places long locked away, protected by years of silence, pain, and survival. And in that sacred moment, old wounds begin to surface. You see, a twin flame doesn't just bring love, they bring light, and that light, it illuminates everything, including the shadows we've tried to keep buried, unhealed traumas, abandonment wounds, fear of rejection, feelings of not being good enough, even pain carried over from past lifetimes. It all comes rushing to the surface, not to punish, but to finally be acknowledged. For the runner, this experience can be overwhelming, because the love between twin flames is not just romantic, it's transformational. It holds up a mirror and says, "Look here. This is what needs to be healed before you can fully love and be loved." But healing isn't always graceful. It's messy, it's painful. It often looks like shutting down, withdrawing, or pushing away the very person who awakened that light. Why? Because the pain feels bigger than the love. And when the heart feels unsafe, the natural response is retreat. Silence then becomes more than avoidance. It becomes a coping mechanism, a way for the runner to try and contain the storm that's erupting inside. Not because they don't care, but because they're breaking open in ways they never expected. And here's the most important thing to understand. Their distance is not a rejection of you. It's a reflection of their relationship with themselves, with their pain, their past, and their own healing journey. Just like a physical wound needs time and space to heal, so do emotional ones. And sometimes, love has to pause, so healing can begin. So if your twin flame has gone silent, if they've pulled away after a moment of deep connection, don't rush to fix it. Don't take it personally. Instead, see it for what it is. A soul in survival mode. A heart trying to heal from lifetimes of hurt. And above all, a call for patience, compassion, and unconditional understanding. Because true twin flame love doesn't just connect, it heals, but only when both souls are ready to face what's been hidden and finally set it free. Fear of change. Meeting your twin flame isn't just falling in love, it's falling into transformation. But transformation requires letting go of the old self. The runner may cling to who they were, terrified of becoming who they're meant to be. The connection asks them to evolve, but evolution is painful. So they choose the comfort of the known over the chaos of change. Lack of self-love. Here's a hard truth. Sometimes they run because they don't believe they deserve you. They see in you a light and feel like a shadow. Twin flame love holds up a mirror. And if they don't love themselves, that reflection can be unbearable. It's not that they don't love you. It's that they haven't learned how to love themselves yet. They're not ready. Timing matters. The soul may be connected, but the human still has to grow. If your runner isn't ready to hold this kind of love with both hands, they'll drop it, not out of carelessness, but fear. Spiritual love demands spiritual readiness, and readiness takes time. Fear of hurting you. In their silence, they might believe they're protecting you. They know they're not whole yet, not stable, not steady. And dragging you through their chaos feels cruel, so instead, they vanish. It's a misguided form of love, but love nonetheless. The need for personal growth. Before union, there must be growth. The runner may be on a sacred solo journey, learning who they are, why they react the way they do, and how to heal. You can't build a forever love on a foundation that's cracked. Sometimes silence is the work. Sometimes separation is the lesson. Closing. So if your twin flame isn't talking to you, ask yourself, what are they trying to heal in silence? This journey is not about chasing, it's about aligning. Hold space for them. But more importantly, hold space for you. Love isn't lost in the silence. It's waiting, growing, transforming. Because when both souls are ready, You won't need to chase. You'll simply meet.